I have your attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of B.A.D.D. to Business. I am your host, SHYNEN SAFFRON. Thank you for joining me this evening on this fabulous Friday. I hope everybody had a great Friday. Thank God it's Friday for most of us. I went to work today, as most of us did, so hope y'all glad to be at home, chilling out. I am. I just want to tell y'all how glad I am that things are moving along. As you can see, I am celebrating the month of March, the luck of the Irish already early. I am part Irish, so I am celebrating St. Patrick's Day. I cannot wait to get some luck going on in my life too. I'm getting ready to go get my dinner ready, my corned beef and cabbage and red potatoes and cornbread, and I cannot wait for all that to be going on. So, spring's coming in. I hope everybody's feeling good. I am. I'm ready for new beginnings. It's a lot of things I'm looking forward to and trying to engage in. So, again, y'all stick with me. Um, this is this year is just flying by. Noticing that we can go from Happy New Year to Merry Christmas after a couple of naps. So try to embrace the time you have. Like I said, love on your loved ones. February just kind of flew by me, but I really wanted to kind of touch on some things that, um, happened for our short Black History Month. If you've been following me, I wasn't able to really touch on things. A lot of things happened with me in February. I had to lay to rest my dad, but that all those things and emotions and things have settled. So God is still working and working with me and working through me and in me. So I'm glad about that. Um, but uh, but one thing I wanted to touch on is how fast, one, the years do go by, the time does fly by, but two, how fast Black History Month flies by. We do only have a short amount of time, the shortest amount of days, and we know that. But what I had decided, and I know a lot of people had decided, that Black History Month is not a limitation. It shouldn't be a limitation. So we want to kind of touch on some points every month or every day if we can. Part of the culture is diminishing because we are not talking to our children and keeping up stories and keeping up cultures and keeping up things that we've learned and traditions we've learned, that good traditions that we're supposed to pass down. So I just want to make sure that we are able to kind of reconnect on stuff like that. I've been able to catch up on some things. Like I said, I didn't get able to do it during the month of February, but this is the month of March, and I'm gonna recap on it. And I'm happy to do that. This is something I want to call giving you a little bit of BEP, which is Black Entertainment Podcasting. Okay, so there's some things going on in our news and our culture, and I think that we should support and we should get acclimated with doing so, like I said, more often. So let's get down to business. I know there's a lot of things going on in the news. A lot of us don't like to watch news, but all news is not bad news. Again, let's bring some bad to business. Um, just like they say there's some method to the madness, there's some business in the BS. So don't let them confuse you and distract you with a whole lot of BS. Kind of listen to what's going on and grasp what you can. So some things I wanted to talk about is one thing that hit the news that was interesting to me is there is a young man looking to acquire Spirit Airlines. His name is Hashim Walters. I hope I'm saying his name right. He has launched a kind of business that will, if you will, create more businesses and let me read an article to you, if you will. Hold on just a moment. I want y'all to really think about this. This is a 29-year-old just formed a ownership group to buy and turn Spirit Airlines into the first only black airline, only black owned airline in the U.S. And I was reading about that, and I thought that was very interesting because I didn't know that there were no black owned airlines. Again, during Black History Month, we are taught some things, but not all things. And there's a lot of things that our culture has created and done first that we don't get credit for. But in this, I learned that it says in an unprecedented, move to reshape America's economic landscape, this 29-year-old entrepreneur, Hashim Walters, has officially launched the Latimer Group, an ownership consortium focused on acquiring Spirit Airlines. An economic brand facing critical financial distress. The mission of this Latimer Group is to empower Black economic leaders, creating the only Black-owned commercial airline in the United States. Now, that is in the United States. I do know that there are some airlines in other countries, as Africa and stuff like that. So that's still pretty good. And I wanted to touch on that because that is something that we should support. He has not been approved for it yet. I do remember that Spirit Airlines and Frontier Airlines were going to try to do some business and something didn't happen. But for this to open up for this young man, I think that that's a great opportunity. So he does offer a contact, and I would like for us to support him, reach out to him, and let's do whatever we can to support that type of culture and upbringing. One thing I wanted to point out is that right now travel is really bad. It's getting harder. One of the favorite airlines that I like to travel on are starting to do things a little bit different. And so with him coming out with this, I'd like to not only support him, but let him know what it is I'm supporting. Just like when you're picking a government official, you kind of want to let them know what it is that you are voting for. So he does have a contact. I wanted to give that to you. It is Hashim Walters, Hashim Walters, Walters, at the Latimer, Latimer.group. I encourage us to, like I said, reach out to him, offer some suggestions, support him, see what it is we can do to actually get him through to getting this, not just acquiring it, not just them thinking about it and sitting on it, but what can we do for him to actually get that? So offer him suggestions. Like I said, a lot of us have traveled and we know that what it is we want to do and want to deal with, not want to deal with. So let's support that young man at 29 years old owning the first Black airlines. I think that's pretty cool. And with the suggestions that you're offering, let's be realistic about some stuff. Let's not turn this into, the next soul plane, so to speak. But let's make this airline something that is memorable, something that we can support and actually invest in, some of us. So that would be great. That's cool. So Hashim Walters, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope we can all do something for you with that. Okay, moving on. I want to talk about this young man who has just become the CEO of Red Lobster. Red Lobster is now trying to revamp themselves. A lot of us love Red Lobster still. I know they've fallen off the map with all these new seafood places, but Red Lobster is still a household name. Let's not forget them. They have some of the best deals, and as long as they don't stop their endless shrimp and lobster fest, we gonna love them. So, but this young man, his name is Damola Adam Molican. I hope I'm not saying that incorrectly. If I am, somebody tap in, call in, let me know. But I'm very proud of this. This is the new acquired CEO of Red Lobster. He is the former CEO, the first Black former CEO of P.F. Chang's. And I read a little bit about this young man. He is in his 30s, and what he did for P.F. Chang's was remarkable. He was able to bring them through the pandemic, which we know was very hard for restaurants. But P.F. Chang's, which shout out to P.F. Chang's, I was able to dabble in some of their hors d'oeuvres and some of their sangria. That's some of the best sangria I ever had because it didn't leave your mouth all bitter. So again, shout out to P.F. Chang's and Morgan for that meal when I went out to California. But he was able to bring them out of that and not have them suffer through the pandemic and lose out. P.F. Chang's is a very good restaurant. So for him to go from that, he's now gotten accreditation and with his firm, who has now acquired Red Lobster. So he's going to be doing some different things, and Red Lobster is still going to keep his name and do some of the things, but I still think it's important for us to support him, still reach out. Again, everything that we're doing for each other, for the culture, for any cause, you want to reach out and tell them what it is that you're supporting, tell them what it is that you need out of these things. So I really want to, give homage to him for that. I'm going to read an article about him as well, because it was very interesting that he, excuse me, let me find him. There we go. One of the things that he said that let me know that he's very business minded, and I quote, "I always found business interesting even when I was young. It captivated me intellectually. I started working when I was in high school and invested in everything I made. I opened up my first stock portfolio when I was 16. And what amazed me," end quote. What amazed me about that is that that's what you call good businessmen. They're not talking about people who, how they inherited a business or inherited some money and tried to build off of that, or inherited some ideas. This young man went at it when he was very young and apparently has proven himself very well. So again, I want to support him. His name is Damola Adam Adam Molican. Adam Molican. And like I said, if I'm saying it wrong and somebody knows better, let me know. But that's awesome. P.F. Chang's, I don't call it your loss, because you were a gain and was able to move this young man on. So Red Lobster, I look forward to the new things that you're doing. Don't get rid of those Lobster Fest, Shrimp Fest, and those Butter Bay biscuits. We're good. Moving on. Another person I wanted to talk about in Black culture is a young lady called Dorothy Jean Tillman. I just heard about this young lady recently, but she's been working her butt off. Dorothy Jean Tillman earned her doctorate at 17 years old last year. She started very young. I believe it said she decided she wanted to go on a higher learning at about 10 years old, and earned her associate's degree at 10 years old. Went after her bachelor's, earned that at 12 years old. I'm sorry, and just kept going. I actually have an article about her as well. Excuse me. Again, this is really just about supporting the culture and making sure that we don't forget to tell our kids that things like this are possible. Owning the first Black airline, being a CEO of a company or a restaurant that is a household name, earning your doctorate at 17 years old. She said something that was very interesting. Excuse me, I really have to find this. There we go. She said, "My experience was inclusive and supportive of my accessors. Access to my instructors was always at the tip of my fingers. The standard of learning was innovative and provided context for making global impact on humanity. Um, I really like the fact that she said access to her accessors and the people that she needed was at her fingertips. I don't think that that's what's going on in our schools today and for our young people. I was able to meet with a counselor at my daughter's school one day, and he said something that was interesting. And he said, at this point, it's kind of like we're hiring anybody with a breath, so to speak. I don't want to quote him, but anybody who's breathing. And that kind of scares me, because if you don't have the right people at my daughter's fingertips for her to be successful, then I can't count on her being successful where she is. I remember my auntie shared something with me. She's a substitute teacher, and she said that one thing that she could kind of tell is that teachers concentrate more on students that had their parents more involved. She said it's not really a prejudice or anything against any of the other kids, but a parent who can call regularly and check up regularly kind of keeps the teacher focused on that child too. Again, that teacher being at that child's fingertips is being accessible is very important. So make sure you're following up on what's going on. If this young lady at 17 still had access to everything our children, we do have access to, the libraries, the teachers, the schools, PTAs. Get yourself involved with what's going on in your kids' lives and what's going on, and they can do things like that too. I'm very proud of that young lady, but again, we can do it in our smaller communities too. Let's celebrate people like her. Again, her name is Dorothy Jean Tillman. Remember her name too. Um, let's continue to tell our children and our uh, community about things that aren't being made mainstream. All these distractions and stuff from what's going on during our Black History Month. This is our history. And while they're erasing some histories that they don't want us to remember, we got to keep some things alive. So I hope y'all get into that. Moving on. Something I found interesting in the news and quite scary is they say that they found some lead in some braiding hair. I'm sure some of y'all have heard about this. Uh, I'm very bothered by this. We have found solutions to wearing our natural hair. Braids are one of them. And I kind of looked into this. They cannot be specific in what brand of hair has it. Uh, but I want y'all to be aware of this. My daughters themselves wear natural hair. I've never had a chemical in their head. I got a going on 16-year-old and going on 13-year-old, and I've never put a chemical in their hair. And they don't have the most manageable hair, but we make it work. And I just feel better about that. So being able to braid their hair and put different styles and stuff like that that they like and do different things worked for us. So now to find out that they're finding a chemical in their hair or in the braiding hair, and they can't detect exactly which ones, is kind of bothersome. And I just want you guys to be aware. And while they can't tell us which ones, there are certain things that we can do. I don't want you guys to just don't turn a blind eye to this and like it's not anything. We are putting lead based things in our head. We're not supposed to breathe them, but yet if we're putting it in our head, we're sleeping with them, we're breathing them, we're, hugging people, it's in our clothes. This is not something to be taken lightly. I did find out that you can buy lead kits, to try to test it. You can buy them at Home Depot and stuff like that. They're little bottles, little swabs and stuff like that. The same way you swab your nose to test for diseases that I won't talk about so we don't get in trouble. The same way you swab for diseases or viruses, it's the same way you would swab some hair. I don't know, again, if it's that important to you, but if you keep a little bottle in the hair that you buy, you can swab a little bit and see if it turns the color that it's not supposed to turn. And that bottle should last you a long time. So just like I said, something that I wanted to make everybody aware of, because uh, we don't want to be killing ourselves softly and or intentionally. I don't know who's putting lead in this hair, but it seems like they'll find one way or another to do what they want to do. So, again, just wanted to make y'all aware. And that's kind of what I wanted to wrap up as far as who we were celebrating this Black History part. I don't even want to call it a month, because I believe that on my next show, like I said, keep following me. I'm going to come up with something else. There's a lot of things going on in the news. I'm not going to talk about politics today. There's so much going on and a lot of news that I'm gathering. I'm letting some people cook, see what's going on, and we'll serve what's at the dinner table, or the business table, I'll say, on the next show. But before I go, it's something that I wanted to share with you all. If you've been tuning in, my first show, like I said, it was called Show Me Love. It was a show that I did right after my dad's passing. And it was a little hard for me to kind of stay focused, but with God, anything is possible. And he, I was sharing with, I'm sorry, my first show, I got through that. My second show, I was coming back from my dad's homecoming, and sharing with you all how my experience was and things that were going good. And one thing I was sharing was how I asked God what is to happen now. I've been seeking him. I've been praying. Prayer and seeking him have become a big part of my life. I not that I hadn't done it before, but now it's so natural and necessary that it is really, it just feels great. So, but when I was asking him before, I asked him, God, what am I doing now? There's a lot of things going on I didn't expect on my dad passing. In the midst of podcasting and things going on in my job with my kids, what is it that you would have me do now? And what he told me was, again, if y'all been following, go, show up. And again, I'm questioning, go where, show up for who? He said what he said, go and show up. So what I did was I tried to expand my mind. Where can I go and show up for anybody? So I did that. I don't post everything I do, but there's been opportunities I've been given, and I will be posting some things. It's been a great other side of the fence, but so I've been going and showing up everywhere I can for my friends, for my family, for opportunities, doors that have opened. And so recently here, I've been praying, still seeking God, wanting to know what it is he would have me do. And recently I asked, again, I felt like it was necessary to revisit the conversation. And I said, God, I've been going and I've been showing up. I still don't really see anything, but I know it's still your plan. And I just want you to know I'm still going and I'm still showing up. Kind of waiting on that big thing to happen. And, God knows your heart. He knows what you're asking or trying not to ask. And the message that I heard loud and clear, just like I heard go and show up, is I heard God say that he needed me to be a bridge, not a bench. And I kind of pondered on that. Again, I'm not asking God nothing. He said it very clearly. I need you to be a bridge, not a bench. And while I sat there and tried to gain my own understanding on some stuff, he came back and he said, what it is that I need for you to, when people see you and the things that you do, I want people to know that you can lead them to something, not have them sit on something, not sit on ideas, not sit on goals, not sit on aspirations, not sit on innovations that you give them. I need you to be a bridge, not a bench. So that's what I'm working on now. I am definitely trying to be the best version of me I can be. I know that we're all living out God's script of his plan, his grand scheme for our lives. And like I told the Lord, I know I want to play my part. My part is shining. and I want to be the best shining I can be. So if you need me to be that bridge, excuse me, be that bridge, not a bench, I totally get it. So I'm working on some things, and it's not hard. I am working with somebody who's known as the queen of collaboration herself, Miss Queen Angela. I give so much homage to you. Thank you so much for taking a chance on me. And you have so many things going on, and the way that you support everybody and do the things that you do is remarkable. And I just thank you so much for taking a chance on me. So I know that our meeting is no coincidence. As far as God and his plan for my life and how he's telling me what he wants me to do, I look forward to doing big things with you. Thank you so much. With the things that are going on, the month of March is major already. Um, so I look forward to telling you all more that's going on with, like I said, me and the Crew podcast, Miss Angela, the 100 Authors Movement. She's got so many things going on. Her birthday celebration. I'll be sharing a whole lot of things. I know I've been kind of off a little bit, but that's just because I'm getting reacclimated with the plan, if you will. So I look so forward to, just like I said, sharing with you guys and letting you guys know what's going on. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody, what's going on? Thank y'all for tuning in. Um, let's see. I know there's some other things. Oh, I also want to invite y'all to. I'm going to be doing a, I guess, an online event. Is what you call it. Look for something that's going on in April. Aries season is coming in. That's another thing going on in March into April. But Aries season coming in. I got an event coming up in April. Um, and I want y'all to not only tune in but join in. So look for that. There will be some prizes going on, some give back to the community, if you will. So again, just keep tuning in to Bad to Business. I got a lot of good things going on. Um, we've got a lot of good things going on, and I look forward to tuning in with all of y'all. So if you can, stick with me. Um, I think that's it. I think that's it. I'm wrapping it up. Um, y'all continue to call in. I see some of these good women joining in. Hi, Travita. Hi, Patrice. Saw my sister joining in. Thank you so much for joining in. The support is serious. Another thing I wanted to touch on before I get out of here is support the people who support you. Um, they need that support for you to give back to them. I'm learning that real good in this group of women that I have around me. They support me, and even like I said, when I fall short, they're still there to pick me up. So yeah, the people that love you, love on them. We don't have a lot of time, and we don't know how much time we have. So this is SHYNEN Saffron. I'm signing out. Hi, y'all. I love y'all. Happy St. Patty's Day. Tune in again. I'll be on again fourth Sunday. Um, again, you'll be seeing me. I'll be posting some things, posting some videos. I need y'all to follow, tune in. I love y'all. Catch y'all later. Hey, hi, China. Happy St. Patty's Day.